Hey everybody, and welcome to King of Shadows 1111. This is Queen of Light 1111 here with your Divine Masculine reading. So I'm going to ask you guys to make sure that you first, please, that you have watched the Queen of Light 1111 video first, because this really will tie in to the messages that I've shared there. So in this reading, we are going to look at first, okay, his energy towards his karmic or the karmic situation. The karmic person or karmic situation's energy towards the masculine. The energy of their connection, and then where is the connection headed? We will also get some advice for that karmic situation. The next thing we're going to be looking at is what is the energy of divine masculine and feminine's connection? Where is their connection headed? And some advice for masculine and feminine. So this is a very interesting reading. And if you guys are curious as to why I cover the karmic situation, cycle, patterns, that's because this is the King of Shadows 1111 channel. And if you understand what that means and why I set up this channel, was that masculines must move through their darkness, through their shadows, to get to the light. And so those shadows include karmic relationships, karmic cycles, karmic patterns, karmic people. And so that is part of his growth and his rise to divine masculine. That is how he's going to find the light to his divine masculine. So that is why in this channel we cover these karmic or shadow energies, because masculine is going to rise from this situation, these karmic situations, in order to be in divine union in the earthly plane with his feminine. So if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session with me, go to queenoflight1111.com. Okay. And I am running a special on the in-depth divine masculine reading. I am running a special for Lionsgate, and that specific reading, it's a 50-minute reading, in-depth divine masculine reading, is available and on sale through August 8th. Okay, so if you're interested, go to my website, book that, and we can get you scheduled. Let's go ahead and start with the bottom of the deck, and I've used this same card for divine masculine and feminine and the karmic connection. So we have the Fool card headed into the Magician. So just like I said in the Queen of Light 1111 video, is that a new cycle is about to begin. There is this leap of faith, this energy of leaping into the unknown with skill and purpose and mastery that is coming. So there is this energy here with the karmic where masculine is getting learning a lot of lessons in order to be able to take this leap of faith and move towards a new beginning with this feminine. So when I'm looking at the divine masculine's energies, we're seeing that the bottom of the deck is that there is a new cycle that they are both going to be starting. So in this karmic connection, their bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the energy of really thinking, analysis, being thoughtful, thinking about what you want in the future. Queen of Wands. So it's a couple of things. This could be the karmic person's sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And so there is this thought, there is this analysis that is happening about this karmic. It could be also that this karmic is giving a lot of analysis to this connection with masculine about how to either solution it or break free. Now, it just feels like they're both on different pages here because both want abundance. One may want abundance in the connection, and one may want abundance and prosperity in being alone. So let's go ahead and take a look at their connection. So for divine masculine, his most significant energy towards this karmic is the Queen of Cups headed into the King of Cups. Now pay attention, because a lot of these same cards have come over on the masculine side as related to his divine feminine. So when we get this card of the Queen of Cups headed into the King of Cups, this is the energy of, so when you think about Queen of Cups, this is compassion and caring and understanding and intuition. The King of Cups is emotional intelligence and maturity. This in-between stage is like being responsible for your actions, being responsible for your emotional choices. So when he's in his overall energy towards this karmic, he's like in this energy where he's not quite cemented in what he feels for this karmic, but he is learning how to be emotionally intelligent. And he has made decisions to choose this connection, and he feels a responsibility. And so there is this energy of the moon. Okay, the moon, it's like there's this fear, there's this unknown, there's this energy of ambiguity that he's starting to crumble as he turns into divine masculine, because he is awakening. So if he was under any illusions about this karmic person or karmic situation, those illusions have crumbled, and he is really seeing things clearly now because he is awakening. So he's no longer under someone's spell, under, being enamored. He's in this energy where he's not quite in his mastery, but he's intuitive enough to know that something doesn't smell right. So what is this karmic's energy towards the masculine? 5 of Swords headed into the 6 of Swords. So when you think about the 5 of Swords energy, that's a lot of mental conflict. It's like betrayal. It's a loss of integrity. The 6 of Swords is this energy of escape and movement and transition and moving on. So she is making the decision to escape. Okay? Or she's feeling like masculine wants to escape. So it's like everything has been exposed. There's this realization, and it's a very painful realization for this karmic person, karmic situation, that there is something that is going to be taken away. It's a wake-up call that she needed to get her moving. And this is that there is an ending that masculine is going to either be bringing in, or that she needs to bring in, because there's third parties. And it just feels like masculine, and I'll give you the spoiler alert now so you're not all panicky, but masculine wants his feminine. He's awakening to his illusions on the karmic situation, and the karmic knows this. The karmic knows that either masculine wants to escape, or that the ending is near because of other people. And she's in this energy where she may be tirelessly trying to work hard to keep him, to keep the connection going, to keep this connection moving. Or she could be burying herself in her work and other things so that, she doesn't have to pay attention to his exit. It really feels like either the end is here or the end is near. So what's the energy of their connection? Knight of Pentacles headed into the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, Knight of Pentacles is what we got at the bottom of the deck for them. So when it comes out in this card, right, in this in-between deck, which is available on my Amazon storefront, this is the energy of both of them learning to be self-sufficient. I'm not going to be codependent on you. You're not going to be codependent on me, because I do feel like they chose this connection out of codependency. And so what's happening in this connection is learning how to be self-sufficient, how to focus on yourself, how to be not so selfless where you're losing yourself in a connection, but where you're honoring the things that you want. So they're working hard right now on their self-sufficiency. What is their energy? There is this happiness, there's this union, there's this bliss that there is this movement towards. Someone wants to follow their heart, and they want to follow their heart towards their divine feminine. The moon card again. We got the moon here in his energy towards the karmic, right? Any illusions, maybe he thought this person was his soulmate, his twin flame. That illusion is crumbled. And so now in the connection, it's working hard. They're both working hard to be self-sufficient, but masculine is seeing that he wants to follow his heart towards his feminine. So what else is happening in the connection? This connection is experiencing hardship, misfortune, adversity, disappointments. So it's a challenging time in this karmic cycle and this karmic connection right now. And where is it headed? Justice into the Hanged Man's energy. So when you get this card, it's like they both have to move through this turmoil. It's this energy where divine intervention is coming in and hanging the person so that they can see things very, very clearly to move through the turmoil. Where is their connection headed? It's time for them to be self-sufficient. It's time for them to be single and not in this connection. Operate in self-love, spend time alone, be independent. It is time for them to release, let go, and sacrifice this connection. Sacrifice is that energy of the Hanged Man, which is where they are headed. Okay? So now, what is the guidance for masculine and this karmic? Tenderness, true love, compassion. So this is the energy that if they have been holding on to this love, thinking it was true love, then it is time for them to really get some distance. When you think about the giraffe and the high neck, they are able to see things from a different purview. So it's important for them to both be honest about their perspective in love. Were they just holding on to each other because they didn't want to be alone? Well, this is what the universe is trying to get them to do, is be alone, be self-sufficient, not codependent, to not limit themselves to love where they're just settling. If they've been staying in this connection because they don't want to be hurt by anybody else anymore, then they're not giving themselves true love and compassion. They're holding on to a toxic cycle. So Spirit is saying to them, hey, give yourself tenderness. Give yourself tenderness. If you've been hurt in the past, or if you've been alone for a long time, or if you've been stuck in this connection because you're too afraid to be alone, it's time to work on yourself. Love is there. Love is available to you if you want it, but it won't be available to you. And by the way, it's 222 as I am recording this. And in the Queen of Light reading, my phone rang at 111, at 111. Very interesting. It's time for this codependency and this toxicity to end. And if you watch the Queen of Light reading, you will see that masculine's bottom of the deck said, hey, I'm done. I have victory over this codependency and this toxic cycle. So now, what is the energy of masculine and feminine's connection? Well, let's go ahead and look at the bottom of the deck first. Here's the Moon card. That's divine feminine. And it's clarified by the Empress. So I do feel like masculine was in the energy of, illusion, thinking this was his divine feminine. But truly, the divine feminine is this divine feminine. So there's some fear about this divine feminine. And now he's in this energy where he understands he was ego-centered. He was hot-tempered. He was in and out. And he knows it's time to come together. It's time to co-create. It's time to have harmony in the connection. He knows this. He knows this. So now what's the energy of the connection? You can't make this up. Look at this. Hanged Man headed into the Death card. Where were they headed? The Karmic's headed from Justice into Hanged Man. So the divine is intervening here. Remember the Tower card here, because he's awakening, he's allowing the divine to come in so that he can go into that Hanged Man's energy. And what is this Hanged Man's energy? What's happening in the connection? He's releasing his ego. He's going through an ego death. So what is happening in the connection right now is showing me kind of where they're headed. This connection is ready to completely dissolve so that his ego can die. Queen of Cups. Remember, we got the Queen of Cups here about his emotional intelligence, about him taking responsibility. He is going to see, as his ego dies, what his emotional responsibility is, and he will gain clarity. He will gain clarity that he now needs to make the time and that this connection with his feminine has stood the test of time, that they are unstoppable. So the energy of this connection right now is two things. He's in between this ego death, right? He's in between this karmic situation and ending this situation and going through this ego death. And then we're also in this energy where this connection is suspended. Hanged Man is a suspension. So it is a suspended energy right now. This connection is suspended. Masculine is still closing this out. I feel like the karmic has been working very hard to try to work things out, but he continues to awaken, that he's allowing the divine to intervene. He is seeing clearly that he wants his feminine. She is the empress. And it's time to release this connection. And until he releases this connection cannot move forward until he goes through the ego death. So where is this connection headed? We're preparing for union. 9 of Cups into the 10 of Cups. We're preparing for union, but there is this toxic cycle, right? Now it makes sense because this is suspended. This is telling me that, yeah, we're continued to be suspended here in the future because masculine hasn't quite cut that last cord yet. So there is this preparation for union. What is restricted right now is communication until he comes into the King of Cups energy, until he balances out this King of Cups with the Queen of Cups, until he comes into his own understanding of compassion and love, and then comes into the mastery and leadership, can this connection come into union. Do you see how much the ending of this connection is dependent on your union? So this is all about free will here, people. He can make the free will decision to stay stuck, or he can make the free will decision to align with his divine feminine and come into union, because this is where the 10 of Cups is. Look at the 10 of Cups here. In the connection, he wants his divine feminine. Where the connection is headed is this preparation for union, but it can't happen until he releases that toxic cycle. It feels to me like this is his last karmic cycle before the union comes in with divine feminine. So the guidance for masculine and feminine is the same card that came up for masculine. He's got to tap into his intuition. He's got to tap into his soul, tap into his spirit, tap into the Queen of Cups energy, rise as the King of Cups to bring in this new cycle of love with feminine. It must happen. And look at what's very interesting is we got the yellow here and the blue here. He's got to come into his power and into his illumination before he can come forward and be worthy of this divine being. So the bottom of the deck for this advice is sacred action, decisive focus. This is exactly why I told you guys in the Queen of Light energy, the video, the energy check-in, that you can't wait around feminine. You have to make a decision to continue to move forward on your journey, and he has to make a decision to continue to move forward on his journey, to release these karmic cycles and ties, to come into this alignment. So this is this energy that it's saying, let go of the hesitation. Your soul longs for you to move forward on your path, personally, professionally, spiritually. So this is this energy. Pick a direction. Pick a path. Let go of the self-doubt. Let go of the fear. Strengthen your spirit. Your spirit's going to guide you. And if he listens to his spirit, he will come back here for union. If he operates in fear and codependency and toxicity, he will be stuck here. So if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And if you want to join me for the empowerment and healing workshop that I'm going to be doing on the 14th of August at 12 noon through Zoom, only 11 people that can join. Go to queenoflight1111.com to book your seat for that workshop. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.